Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be drawing Hinako from Silent Hill F. I recently watched the playthrough of this game, so I'm just gonna give, a tidbit of my opinion. I've seen a lot of discourse on how this isn't really Silent Hill, but I beg to differ. This is Silent Hill. Because of the fog, because of Hinako's subconscious, and the steel pipe. Besides that, story-wise, I found it a little too relatable, because I am at that point of life where I feel pressured by society to get married, especially in an arranged marriage. So some of the scenes were a little bit emotional for me. And another character that I did relate to was Sakuko, because it's like you think you're with your friends forever, but in the end, you're just all alone and falling behind. And it was really sad when the door shut on her physically in Hinako's subconscious. And I feel like that was the worst ending out of all three of her friends. Speaking of her friends, Rinko. When I catch you, Rinko. When I catch you. I've never been more mad seeing a character's face. And even her notes in her diary. Like, what? And that makes me mad at Shu. 'Cause speak up for your friend. Speaking of Shu, he just needed to express his feelings. He did not need to give her those pills just so he could keep her around and possibly prevent this marriage. I personally wouldn't be friends with him, especially after he admits that. And then Kotoyuki, the hot, manipulative man who's in a fox mask and gently manipulates you to cut off your own arm, your face, and brand you. I know, like, in real life, that probably didn't happen, but this is Hinako's subconscious. And that's how she felt. He wasn't in the right either. Maybe he was pressured, but that still didn't give him the right. He'd think that he would give her everything, and she would just willingly marry him. No. And, that's the theme of this Silent Hill game. It's that women are treated as if they're objects, just to serve, give birth. Throughout the whole thing, I was definitely relating to Hinako and her thoughts and views around the arranged marriage and women's role in society, especially in regards to how she observed other people in her life who went down this path, like her sister Junko and her mom, which made her think that this was not for her. But unfortunately for the time period that Hinako was in, marriages were mostly about survival. As you can see, it was due to her father's debt that she was probably getting married off. And in the true ending playthrough, he did apologize, as well as her mother explaining the whole situation to her. I like how it was framed in a way where Hinako didn't have to forgive him, but just to listen. Which is understandable because it's a very tricky relationship to navigate. Anyways, I do think the true ending was probably the best ending because it gave her the choice and the time to think things through, as well as the time for Kotoyuki to also self-reflect. It also gave Hinako peace, which I really loved to see after all she's been through in that game. Besides the story, I did really like the visuals of this game. Loved all the little details, from the houses to the temples. Well designed. Now in terms of gameplay, I didn't play the game physically myself. I just do think it's a little annoying when there's pauses each time she hits the enemy. Also, I do feel like you could get really lost easily, even with the map. Because while I was watching the playthrough, I was like, where are we going and how did we even end up here? I feel like Hinako also needed a heavier weapon, because the pipe and the bat weren't cutting it. Anyways, that was my little speed draw, and likes, comments, follows, very much appreciated. And have a good day.